Kurt Russell's Tombstone versus Kevin Costner's Wyatt Earp. A Wild West expert reveals which OK Corral gunfight was more accurate. An Old West historian has determined if the 1993 film Tombstone or the 1994 film Wyatt Earp had a more historical representation of the famous gunfight at OK Corral. Both films, which were released 6 months from each other, were biographies of lawman Wyatt Earp, his brothers, and his best friend, Doc Holliday, as they take up arms against the McClory gang. It remains an ongoing discord about which version is better, with a general consensus that Kurt Russell's is preferable. However, Kevin Costner's Wyatt Earp may have the edge as far as how the gunfight at OK Corral was depicted. Historian Mark Lee Gardner sat down for Wired's tech support YouTube series to answer some burning questions about the Old West. Gardner was asked which film did the OK Corral scene best, to which he responded that Wyatt Earp's version was a bit more accurate due to the proximity of the gunfighters to each other. He stated that the Costner movie better represented the estimated 15-foot distance between the two sides. He also noted that both films incorrectly had the gunslingers using holsters. Here's what he had to say about the films. Tombstone was released on December 25, 1993, and starred Russell as Wyatt Earp and Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday. The film was met with fairly positive reviews, currently holding a 73% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it was a moderate financial success, earning $73.2 million on a $25 million budget. It has developed a cult following over the years, thanks in part to Kilmer's memorable performance as the hard-drinking Holliday. Wyatt Earp, however, didn't fare as well. Released on June 24, 1994, it was not well received by critics and currently holds a score of 31% on Rotten Tomatoes. It was also a box office disappointment, earning only $55.9 million on a $63 million budget. However, a main factor could be that audiences didn't want to see another film about the same subject matter. Still, the consensus from critics and audiences is that Tombstone just has better storytelling, regardless of how historically accurate Wyatt Earp may be. Regardless of how historically accurate each film is, or is not, both films are worth watching for different reasons. While Wyatt Earp may be a bit more meandering and could have used a considerable amount of tightening up, it's worth watching for the cast, which includes Costner as Earp and Dennis Quaid as Holliday. As previously mentioned, Tombstone is a better movie overall, and it's easy to see why it developed a cult following in the 30 years since its release.